So guys, today the breakdown of the tackle that we use with Captain Matt Chipperfield over there in Northeast Florida is pretty straightforward. Now, a lot of us, when we're targeting these big trout, want to throw big topwater plugs, and in certain instances that works well. But we wanted to focus on big suspending baits. So here's what I've got for you. The ones that I like to start off with typically are the Paul Brown Original or the Paul Brown Softing in the XL size. These are fantastic lures for big trout. They're slow moving. Even though they're not natural in appearance, the way they move is very natural to a stunned or cold stunned bait fish. So they do a good job. The one that did it for us the best though was the Fat Boy profile, which is a little bit larger, and you'll notice how we bent the tail down. This tail, when you buy it in the package, is typically straight, as straight as an arrow, but we bent that down and bent the nose down because you can customize these pieces so that it will dart down a little bit, because I was fishing a few of the deeper zones. Now this particular color is called Plum Nasty, which looks a lot like the dark and stormy colors that we have at FlatsClass baits and tackle. So it's a color that I have a lot of confidence in, and it really did the job. I almost think it does a fantastic job of mimicking smaller trout, where the bigger trout will cannibalize them. Let's talk about the delivery system for fishing for these big trout. I still want a parabolic rod, so I'm going to want a rod that's in the medium action. Something in a 7-foot length that gives me both distance and accuracy. I chose the Terramar. This is the Terramar Double X. This rod has a lot of great fish fighting features, but it is deadly accurate because of just the way this thing is made. This is the 7-foot medium action model. This is the TXE S70M. And I'll show you a tight here of all the specs. I mated that up with the Stratic. This is the Stratic 3000 XG. If you look right here, the Stratic reels are just the workhorse of our industry. As a guide, I'm using Stratics all the time with my clientele. Solid reel setup. I packed it full of 10-pound, this is Power Pro Super Slick V2. And at the business end, before you get to the Plum Nasty here, I've got about 4.5 feet of 15-pound to 20-pound fluorocarbon. I go back and forth with both of these rods. And what that gives me, it gives me a long, because I'm working this bait extremely slow, it gives me quite the buffer between the end of the braid and the bait itself. And when you're working the bait slow, you need those longer leader links. So that's basically the delivery system that got the job done today.